All right, I'm Nick. We are out back today. We're going to spend a little bit of time. We're going to shoot some steel. You may be relieved to know that the tree in front of that plate over there finally fell down. We finally shot it enough time, and we had a small storm, so it's gone. I'm happy about that. I didn't have to get out the chainsaw, so it's a win-win. We're going to shoot some steel. We're going to shoot it with the Sig P365 Fuse. Now, obviously, we've documented just about every round we've put through this gun. We did have some problems. Sig reached out. It went back to Sig. Someone asked me the other day in a comment somewhere on YouTube if I would be comfortable carrying it going forward. And it's one of those things where you can very easily lose faith in something because it had issues out of the box. Now, Sig isn't the only manufacturer that happens to. We've had problems with Springfield recently. That Prodigy comp, it had the ejector tension was too tight. Had to take that apart and fix it. It's got a few other issues, need some love. What else didn't run reliably out of the box? We were shooting a lot of guns. I can't remember, right? But I'm going to shoot it some more. We'll have some more thoughts on whether it's reliable or not. Before I would ever carry it, I would definitely run critical defense ammo through it. Probably 2 or 3 magazines just to make sure I didn't have any hiccups with it. And I'd give it a good clean lube. But for today, we're just going to come out here. We're going to shoot it some more. We're going to talk about it. I did like shooting it. Just didn't shoot out of the box every single time, right? Failure to feeds, stuff like that. But it was fixed. All right, so let's stop rambling. Let's do some shooting. Got one in the pipe. We'll check this dot real quick. All right. I think it's a great shooting gun. I don't think you can deny how well this thing shoots. And I'm a big fan of it. I like the heavier stippling on the grip, although that stippling is only included on one of the rear interchangeable grips back here, the piece you can change out, whatever the heck it's called. So the other one's just a normal grip, so it looks different. Somebody complained about that in the video. I did add this grip tape up here that you guys can probably see from this angle. That way I had something to index, and I like that being textured. Talked about it on the Hellcat just yesterday. I'm a pretty big fan of putting the magazine in there and the slide dropping. Now, some will say, well, it's not reliable. You don't know if it's going to feed a round. I don't necessarily agree with that. I've never done that and had a magazine not feed the round. So I like that, but it is something to get used to because if you're too used to it, when you do it on a different pistol, then you don't have to run the gun, and that's weird. This is a great shooting pistol. Talked about it before, that trigger. That trigger is so much better than it was when it came out of the box. It's just smoother, and I like it. Talked about trigger-wise, too. It is very, very easy to hate a trigger in a store or at a workshop or at a table when you're not shooting the gun. But if you're doing your job and you're applying direct pressure back through the pistol, man, the trigger is really not that big of a deal. This thing is snappier than the Hellcat, as in the muzzle rise. It's snappier than the carry comp, but man, it shoots so good. Last magazine. See, slide drops, no issues. Round is chambered. Now, we haven't shot this gun in at least a week, probably 2 weeks, and I think we've missed one shot on these little plates. It's a pretty good testament to, overall, it's a pretty complete package, all right? Oh. See, we started going too fast, and we just started failing right there. But, man, you could go as fast as you want to go. If those are man-sized targets, you're not going to miss. Oh, that was the last one. It's painful. I wanted to bring it out, shoot it again, just talk about it a little bit more. I think it's a fine pistol. I have no brand loyalty. I told you guys the other day, if anything, at this point, I'm a Shield fanboy. I own or Smith & Wesson fanboy. I own a lot of Smith & Wessons, but I don't think any company actually beta tests their consumers. I think that's just something someone saw somewhere, and it's just nonsense people spill on the internet. because that's what the internet is. It's just a bunch of nonsense, all right? So came out, shot a little bit, still enjoying that fuse. I'd like to shoot it more. I will tell you that I have been carrying it when I have brush hogged recently. I went and did some work over on our hunting lease, and I brush hogged 2 parts of our property and mowed with the 0 turn, and I've been carrying that right like there. That's a Foundry outside the waistband holster. It was sent to us. Thomas does a great job. That thing is nice. Fuse fits it perfectly, and I've carried on the tractor around my belt, no issues. That's how I like to carry a pistol when I'm going hunting or out in the woods, and it has done everything I needed it to do. I can't talk. We're rambling, but that's it. I appreciate you guys watching. If you have questions about the fuse or want to see us run some defensive ammo through it, leave a comment below, and we will make that happen. Thanks for watching.